Hello there, my Grow Stronger community. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm trying to answer another question that I get from clients and from people I work with or I talk to. And it is, I feel like I'm sitting too much nowadays. What can I do to move more? And this usually stems from work itself. It's not that because you're sitting to relax or to take a break from something you're doing. It usually comes when we are sitting too long because we're working, usually in front of our laptops, because that's the job nowadays most of the time. And then the moment we get up, everything hurts, right? The hips hurt, the glutes hurt, the legs hurt, your back hurts. So how can we maybe avoid or prevent that from happening? Well, by moving a bit more during the day. And we go to these questions: how can I move a bit more if I have to be sitting all day for my job, right? So the first thing is, yes, we have to sit a lot nowadays. We are sitting more and more in our jobs, and I include myself too, because when I'm not doing classes and I'm doing some admin stuff, I'm just sitting on my laptop, right? So what we need to do is to find a way that works for us of getting up of our chairs and at least changing the position every now and then and doing something with that. So the first thing is we identify the problem, which is we're sitting for a very long time. We realize this is happening. Great. If you're at that stage, then it's fantastic because we can start to try to take action. And sometimes we want to go from 0 to 100 and say, okay, I'm going to get up and I'm going to do an hour or 2 hours of exercise every day, no matter what. And maybe that's a lot. And that's also not what we need every day. But at least we know the problem is there and we want to do something about it. For me, and the solution that I give to my clients most of the times, it depends on the case, but most of the times is try and get up at least every hour that you're working and do something, whatever it is. The main thing we need is to change our position, because if we are sitting in the same position for a very long time, you'll notice after maybe half an hour, 40 minutes, maybe you start to get some tingling in the legs, in the feet, or that sensation when there's pins and needles in your arms, but it's mostly in the legs when we're sitting. And then the moment you get up, everything is stiff, everything hurts because you've been in that position for so long that it is very hard to get out of it. That's only normal, right? So the first thing is this: try and get up, or get up of your chair. All you have to do is get up of the chair every hour or so. Now, for some people, it might be a lot harder than for others to do this. It's very easy to say, okay, I'll get up every hour. And then 3 hours, 4 hours pass by and you're on hyper focus on your work and you didn't get up. For people who are more like me, who are like more hyperactive to the outside world, in a way, hyperactive in the sense of movement, it'll be easier for us to get up because after 45 minutes, an hour, we get restless and we just need to get up and do something. So for people like me, that's pretty simple to achieve. But for other people, maybe someone who has ADHD, or maybe someone who is generally more relaxed, more quiet, more calm in their bodies, hours will pass and they will not get up because they just don't realize it. They didn't notice the passage of time. They didn't, the moment they look at it and they're like, damn, it's been 5 hours and you didn't, where did that time go, right? You didn't see it because your brain works differently. So in that case, what I advise people is just put a timer. Set up an alarm on your phone even, or on your watch if you have one that has an alarm, but it can be your phone, it can be, maybe there's an app on the lap that you can put on the laptop itself, but at least an alarm that you can identify and that it says get up. It just has to say get up, ring and say get up. You can set that up right now if you want. Stop watching this video, pause this video and set it up right now, every hour, on the hour, right? And you can set it up for the day, you can set it up for the whole week, depends on what your work is like. But you can test it out and see how it works. At the beginning, you're going to need that alarm and that reminder a lot. And then with time, hopefully you get used to it. And then after some couple of weeks or more of trying this, maybe your brain gets already used to getting up every hour or so, and it'll do it on its own, like it'll ask you to do it, right? You're kind of forming that habit, but it takes very long to form a habit. It's nothing easy to do. So the alarm is very helpful at the beginning, or for as long as you need it, really. On a side note, I remember I had a job once in a company, and there was an app on the laptop set up by IT that will block, it would actually freeze the laptop every hour or so. So you had no choice but to stop working. So it would force you to get up. I don't really know if you can get something like that, like in your everyday life, or if there's some software that the company I work with owned. But that would be like fantastic. It just blocks you out. You can't do anything on your laptop. You have to get up or just do something else, you know? So now, the first step, this one. Try to get up every hour or so, right? And I'm saying or so because, of course, maybe you're like the alarm rings and you're just finishing your last sentence. You just finish your sentence and then get up, right? Or finish that Excel sheet and then get up if it's not going to take you another hour. Right. And then the second thing is, what do you do during that time when you get up? And how long do you need to get up for? That will be another point yet. I'm going to start first with how long, right? And then on what you can do. So like I said before, the most important thing is to get up from the chair, change your position, right? So that your body doesn't get so stiff, so that your body doesn't have so much time to get used to that position, that when you have to get out of it, it's extremely hard. Yeah. So get up. Point number one. Point number two. How long do you need to be up and about? It's up to you. Seriously, it can be 2 minutes. It can be 15 minutes. I wouldn't take a break longer than 10, 15 minutes because then you kind of lose the whole trail of what you were doing. And I understand that. Or if you're in between meetings or whatever, you may not have more than 5, 10 minutes, but that's enough. 2 minutes is enough. 1 minute is enough. You can go back to that video that I posted before about the exercise snacks, right? When we said we just need 1 minute of some intense bout of exercise to get the ball rolling, yeah? To do something, to do some movement. So maybe that minute is just enough. But again, this is a different thing, and it doesn't have to be intense exercise at all. But anything from 1 minute to whatever you need, 10, 15 minutes, take it. And whatever you can afford to take as well. Look, I understand that if you're working for an employer, or if you're working on a deadline, that your time constraints may be different than mine, right? So take the time that you need, that you feel that you can take, and then go back. Yeah. So that would be one thing. And then what you can do, well, it depends. There's a lot you can do. It depends on how much time you're going to do it for. But seriously, just getting up, going to the toilet, or going to fetch a cup of coffee or a bottle of water, refilling your water, that can just be enough. Maybe that's just enough. Depends on how far you are from your kitchen, for example, right? If you're next to it, maybe it's not enough. But I'll give you an example. Where I'm living right now, I have stairs, right? And the kitchen is downstairs from where I'm working. So every time I finish a class, which is on the hour-ish, I go down, pick up some water, come up, go to the toilet, and then get into my next class. So that is just enough for me to get out of sitting and move my body a little bit and avoid any stiffness through this day, right? So that can be one thing. You go pick up a glass of water, heat up some water for your tea, for your coffee, mate, whatever you want to do, right? So that would be one thing. Another thing you can do, maybe you can continue to work, but with if you have a standing desk, for example, you can do this. You can continue to work standing up instead of sitting down. So you can change your position. So you're sort of taking a break, but from the position, not from actual work. Yeah. You change your position, you continue working standing up. Or maybe you finish something and your next thing is a call, which is not a video call, just a regular call. You can take that walking around the house or walking around the block instead of sitting down, right? Another thing you can do if you want to take a quick break as well is you get up from the desk, you do 10 squats and 10 push-ups, and then you go back at it. Yeah, anything that gets you out of the position. Maybe stretch a little bit, especially your upper back and your hips, which is what gets more sore when we are sitting for so long, right? So to make things short, to kind of summarize everything, the first thing is get up more often. Try to do it every hour or so, and if you need to, set up an alarm with a reminder to get up. The second thing, you can be up for 1 minute to whatever you need. There's no limit here. There's no specific time, yeah? And the third thing is choose what you want to do. You don't have to do the same in every break. Yeah, it can do a bit of exercise, it can do a bit of stretching, it can be just pacing around the house, it can be just changing to a standing desk, it can be just going to the kitchen and heating up your water for tea, coffee, whatever, refilling your water bottle, going to the toilet, whatever you need to do, yeah? Very simple steps, but I promise this will change your days and it will help you feel less stiff at the end of the day. And at the same time, you're adding more overall movement to your days, which helps with your long-term health overall. Yeah. All right. As always, if you have any questions, you know where to find me. Send me a message or leave me a comment and I'll be happy to answer it. And I'll see you in the next video.